What's up, guys? So my trade recap for May 13, 2025. Alright, so coming into today, I saw that we're in an uptrend on the 4 hourly. So I was looking for buys today because of that. The reason why we're in an uptrend, I have to repeat this every time, but I just want to make this clear. So the reason why we're in an uptrend is because we close above the recent high, which is right here. We close above it on the 21 candle, which is Asian session. We close above it. So we're in an uptrend for the time being. And I saw these lows down here, these 4 hour lows. I marked it out. I marked out these 4 hour lows again as well. Um, for my bias coming into today, I believe this was the candle that was being made. This was the candle, the 5 o'clock candle. I was hoping for price to come into this fair value gap right here. There's a fair value gap here. I was looking for this trade first for price to come into it and just immediately go up and go to my liquidity. But I saw that price close below it. So I ended up coming out of this mindset. So I just disregarded that fair value gap and I didn't bother with that trade. And I was still looking for trades because I was still bullish. Price looked like it going to price looked like it just what would I say, dump. But to me, I still see room for price to go higher because we're in an uptrend. So I went on to my hourly chart next. Coming into 9 o'clock, I saw that we had this big fair value gap right here. Still see we close below it, and at 9 o'clock we made a low right here, a low former here, and just looking at this price action on the hourly, I saw that we had a low. We sweep the low. We break structure up here. We came back down. We made a low right here. So this is the low, higher low, higher low. We didn't close below this low, so still on the uptrend. The trade I was looking for was that I was hoping for price to sweep these lows and then break structure, but I didn't get that. So I just had to farm another idea, and I waited until my macro opened at 950 for me to really consider this trade. But I saw that we came down right here and we broke structure to the upside, and that's really all I needed, to be honest, because I had the bullish bias already. I was just waiting for price to like break structure to the upside because I saw that we're going down into market open. Like market open, we're going down, and I just wanted price to just give me some indication that all right, we sweep out some from my liquidity. We want to go higher. So that's my confidence that I wanted today. I saw we got the breaker structure on this candle. I didn't get to enter exactly early as I wanted. I actually entered a bit late, but I saw broke structure, and the next thing I was looking for was a third confluence, and I got the third confluence right here. We got the fair value gap form right here, and as I said, I didn't get to enter down here, which is where I really should have entered, but I had to switch my like idea last minute. So this is what I end up entered up all the way up here. So, but this is where I would normally enter though. If I saw it, if I switch my trade bias earlier, I would have entered down here. But I still got a good entry, a decent entry. The fair value gap, I saw price came down into the fair value gap. I immediately entered off of the close outside of it, and I got my entry around right here. I put my stop. Where did I put my stop? I put my stop where my idea would be invalidated, and right here would be the invalidation for me at that point of time. This low right here, this low right here would have been if price closed below this low, I'll be wrong. If price closed below this low, it means that price is actually going lower and not higher, and if price will break structure again. So this is where my idea would have been invalidated. I put my stop right here, entered up here, got my entry up here. My first take profit, honestly, were these, was the top of this fair value gap, to be honest. This was my first take profit. My second take profit were these these highs right here. And if I look at the 4 hour, you'll see that these are actually um highs. This is a 4 hour high right here, and I believe this is an hourly high. No, this is not. This is just the top of the fair value gap. But yeah, I put my take profits as there. So one thing I wanted to note for this trade, this trade actually was kind of like later in the day, cause it was really at 9:50, but it was at 9 like 10:20, 10:30 ish where I got my entry. So I was really inclined to stay as long in this trade because I really just try to get my trades before 12 o'clock. And if I don't get my trade before 12 o'clock, I just kind of consider it like a loss, or like this is trade that I don't want to be in. So I try to close my trades at 12 o'clock Eastern. So I saw price came up here, came up all the way to the top of the fair value gap. It didn't quite hit my take profit, but as I said, because it was 12 o'clock, I didn't really see it worth it just to stay for one more pip. So I just ended up closing it because at the same time, there's a bearish share value gap right here that looks to be respected. So it got respected, and I wanted it at the top, but I didn't get it. So I just ended up closing at like 12 o'clock because I saw that price was not really going to eat it at that time when I wanted it. I wanted to see it just go directly to it, but I didn't get that. There was a bit of hesitation around this price level, so I decided to come out. And in hindsight, no, that was a good idea because price kind of just came back to my entry down here. So in hindsight, that was a good decision to come out. But in my opinion, there's still room for this to get taken out, and this as well. So I done for today still, but this was like my idea on what I did today for this trade. How I feel about this trade. This trade was boring, so that's a good thing. So yeah, this was my trade recap for May 13, 2025.